So I'm really excited because after for next fall I will be going to the States for school.
All right, that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
But at the same time I'm so nervous about a lot of problems. I'm so overwhelmed with cultural barriers, language barriers, or adapting the new environment and stuff like that. So I'm actually confused. Should I go there or not? I know definitely I'm going there, but how should I face those problems and to adjust myself?
Well, I feel that if you seem to be really excited about going there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a new country. Like
a new
you've
experience.
never been there
Yeah,
before. Like that would be really fun. Um, I think what you should do before anything is maybe just get as much information about it as possible. Like learn about the culture there and learn about like food, even simple things like food. Just try to find out like, okay, do I would I even be able to eat the food there? And yeah,
and what about language? I don't.
well, I mean, I feel like language you've learned the language there, so you know how to speak it like correctly. I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of slang and things that you probably won't understand at first, but I feel that you could definitely adjust over time. It
yeah,
might take a while, but you'll be able to adjust. I mean,
yeah. I guess I'm good enough to communicate with people, and when I speak with people more, I'll learn the language more. So language is not
yeah,
a problem
yeah,
really. But another thing that worry me a lot is about leaving the family and friends because leaving my familiar place and going to completely strange
hmm
new place
yeah.
that's worrying me the most.
Well, I feel like even though you're going to be in a completely different country and however many thousands of miles away,
Yeah,
you can still FaceTime them and call them. And
thanks to technology.
yeah, thanks to technology, you can still see them as much as you want. And
Yeah, do you think I can make friends there?
I'm sure you'd be able to make friends there. I
Yeah.
mean, especially being from a different country, I feel like a lot of people would want to be friends with you
Mhm.
because I mean, just the same way that you're not really, you don't know a lot about their culture, they don't know about your culture.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are kind of drawn to that. Like, I
Yeah.
know myself, I would love to be able to learn, like,
Yeah.
all about different cultures and stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, so I guess my own attitude is another thing. Yeah, I think I have that kind of attitude that I am so reserved and I have the stereotype or the feeling that people won't accept me, so I won't take the step of meeting new people because I have the sense that they won't like me and they won't like to talk to me. Yeah.
Well, I guess what I could recommend for that is maybe try to find someone that you could be really close with, and then once you have that person, you can branch out from there. So you kind of have like, I mean, I don't want to say like you're setting up like a safe person, but
Mm-hmm.
like a person who you can trust and you're really close with. And then, I mean, just being friends with one person, you'll meet plenty of new people.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that I think I should adjust myself and
And especially what I was saying with the cultural differences, like it would be, you could use that as like a conversation starter. Like, oh, tell me about this. Tell me about the food here. Tell me about like where's the best place to go around here. Like, and then
that's
you
true.
can then once you become a little closer, you can start sharing stuff like from your hometown and your like entire life, like
Mm-hmm.
with them,
Yeah.
which I think they would probably find it just as interesting as you find their culture interesting.
Yeah. I think that yeah. What about the environment, adapting new environment?
I feel like adapting to the new environment would again just be like over time. Um, probably the longer that you're there and the more you put yourself out there, the more used to it you'll get.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much the main thing. I mean, I guess before you go there, you could like
Yeah.
look up the information and do a lot of research on it.
Yeah.
Um, there's probably even people you can contact who you would be willing to like FaceTime
Oh
with you
right. I think
or
I know
Yeah.
some friends who are like studying
Mhm.
in some other places, so I can ask
Yeah.
them for more information.
That's another great way of like branching out. If you already know someone who's there,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
even if they're not necessarily relatively
Really close
close to you,
friends, but they can
you
give
can.
some really good advice to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Especially if you know someone who has already gone through this. I mean, there has to be thousands of other people who've also done the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not the only one.
Yeah. So you kind of have
Uh-huh.
to look at it that way.
Yeah. And also the thing is like, I'm from Hong Kong, the academic side, like this education system is really different from
Mhm.
Hong Kong. So like when I go to a like a totally opposite way, like the States, I think it's really hard for me to like to have the blending from one
Yeah, going from one learning environment to
to
the
another. That
next.
like especially the education system, like
Mhm.
from the States and Hong Kong is really different. So
Well, that's another thing you can do some research on and just look up what are the differences. I'm sure
mhm.
there are plenty of there have to be plenty of articles and journals about like just general differences, and then it probably goes even more in depth. Like,
So you think that from the research I can just see the differences, and from the differences I can just do more research on and see how can I deal with it, and I can
yeah,
just prepare myself beforehand,
yeah.
even I'm still not in that country now.
I feel like that's another one of the key things is just to be prepared, like know what you're going into, and if you still really want to go into it, then it's probably something you should do.
And I think this is really a good opportunity to myself that I can to see the world better, not to just
Yeah,
stay in one place, right?
it'd help you to become like really culturally diverse, which is always a bonus.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That
No
really helps
problem.
me.
Yeah.
I think I'll do some research and prepare myself more physically or mentally to
All
a
right.
new environment. Thank
Well,
you.
I'm glad I could help.